This video is going to cover basically the importance of religion that correlates to nature's truth as opposed to nature correlating to spiritual truth. On Twitter, I regularly have been getting into arguments with the administration of the Church of Satan because I like to tweet out a lot about Xena and Nicholas Schreck, the former founders of the werewolf order. Xena Schreck used to be the high priestess of the Church of Satan in the 1980s and early 90s until she eventually left the church. Now she's a Tibetan Buddhist, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Now, the thing is, Satanism as a religion fell flat on the idea of it being a flesh and blood carnal religion. And the reason why was because it did embrace spiritual mumbo jumbo and supernaturalism. Now, many years ago, I read a book, about 9 years ago, I read a book called Rediscovering Catholicism, and I recommend it to anybody that's interested in understanding Christianity as an active living lifestyle. Not a supernatural lifestyle, but an active lifestyle of discipline that helps one to attain better self-control and an improvement of oneself through practicing certain self-regulatory behaviors similar, if not exactly the same, to those of magic, such as that of Aleister Crowley. See, many people confuse what magic is. Magic is basically it's causing change to occur in conformity with one's will. The problem is, because of the name, it gets intermixed with occultism and gets misconstrued as supernaturalism. Recently, I toured the Brynathan Cathedral in Brynathan, Pennsylvania, and I got to hear the spiel about, Emanuel Swedenborg and his strange concepts of the hidden meaning in the Bible. What I would like to point out is the hidden meaning in the Bible is more direct than one might care to understand. One of my favorite authors on the Bible and on Christianity, and who really, even more so than Rediscovering Catholicism or Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, that showed me that Christianity is not technically a supernatural religion, is Ellen G. White, the, quote, prophetess of the Seventh-day Adventist religion. What she shows is that Jesus used naturalistic allegory to show the presence of the living God in nature, as opposed to the Jewish interpretation of God, which is separate from nature, above nature, and shows the Jews as its one and only people. Ellen G. White shows through Jesus' use of naturalistic allegory that the Christian God is the living God or nature itself, although she does not say it like that. Now, this shows that Christianity correlates to pantheism, even more so, I feel, than Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, who created a pantheistic Christianity that he wished to see as the new Catholicism. Now, what one needs to understand, I'm also getting tired of these asatruers and neo-pagans and all these people saying I'm being mean to them because I'm not respecting their religious freedom. Okay, one, when you say that, you sound like a bitch. Number two, what you need to understand is this. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, in The Phenomenon of Man, shows very clearly that paganism is not dead. It was not killed by Christianity. It was absorbed by Christianity. And Christianity is the evolution of previous religions that did, now this is what people need to understand, paganism, even Roman paganism, could never unite so many different groups of people as could Christianity. So what Pierre Teilhard de Chardin wanted to see was a Christianity based on the truth of nature instead of the supernaturalism of Christianity as it has previously been practiced. That is exactly what I wish to see. Though, what I would like to point out is, unlike Pierre Teilhard de Chardin that saw the body of the Catholic Church as necessary, I only see the rituals and whatnot of the Catholic Church necessary for some people. Other people, such as myself, that can take a more direct route to the natural God or nature as God, do not need to have all these rituals and Eucharists and all this stuff. We can simply practice the direct path to God, which does include things like ahimsa or dietary nonviolence. See, this is what people need to understand. Religion and science are both based on naturalistic observation. There's a gentleman by the name of Walter Veith, who's a Seventh-day Adventist, who makes the erroneous conclusion, he's a zoologist, he makes the erroneous conclusion that because the Bible shows things that are proven by science, well, then the Bible must be true. No, not all of the Bible. How it works is this. Both all religions, are based on naturalistic observation that have been taken and embellished by human creativity, if you will. Now, and then not objective creativity. So what happens is you do have universal truths. Ahimsa is one of the most it's very universally true. For example, in Genesis and the book of Daniel, you see ahimsa, dietary nonviolence, being seen as the most perfect diet, how to get God to be on your side. Through the Bhagavad Gita, you see ahimsa being touted as a means of attainment. Through Buddhism, you see ahimsa being touted as a means of attainment. Ahimsa is universal in all civilized religions, and therefore it is a universal truth based on naturalistic observation. The problem that people get at is they think that because things correlate to natural reality, that supernatural reality then must be true. No, supernatural reality is not reality. It is basically the imagination. Now, this can be explored through the humanities, through philosophy, through religion, like theology. And one must understand, see, this is the problem with atheism. Atheism, which denies God, and God is very real, God is nature and is expressed through reality. Okay, the problem with atheism is atheism arrogantly states that everybody must accept atheism, must accept that there is no God, which is in itself a lie, because God does exist as nature and is expressed through reality and the laws of nature. So what happens is you see this concept of, well, everybody has to agree with me. That's not true. Some people need to come to nature through the religious path, while others can come through the scientific path and others can come through the philosophical or theological path. And that's all I want to say on this at the moment.